that was during a time when, you know, people were more God-fearing and whatnot, and like, ooh, witches, Satan, devilry, ooh. Alrighty. Hello, everybody. Steve-Wagon here. Welcome back to another episode of the Cosmic Wheel Sisterhood. Where last we left off, we were having a little discussion about the other candidates in the running for Coven leader, which we are now a part of. And now it is time, I believe, to set up our program, our doctrine. What we're going to be doing, what are our policies, all that kind of fancy stuff. Let's get right into it. Ready to define our program? It's been a few days since I recorded. I got to get back into the motion of the voices. Yes, let's do this. Alright. We'll go over every point, assess our options, make some choices, and when we have a first draft, we can review any aspect to iron out the program. It's okay to borrow some ideas you may fancy from your rivals, but try to make a program that's unique enough to be your own. I think my thing is going to be a bit unique. Oh, okay. First point, judgment. Right now, this is where our rivals stand. Jasmine wants to form a quorum of the eldest. Delilah wants to introduce judgment by referendum. Capressa wants to keep Dana's runic judgment. What type of judgment do you prefer? Ooh. Ponder. What is do I just think about it? Ponder runic judgment. I'm allowed to change it, right? None of this is... Is there something interesting about runic judgment? That is completely off the table. It would imply conversing with Dana's corpse, and I doubt you would want that. Yeah, pretty sure I ain't gonna be one to do anything with Dana after what she did to us. Yeah, you're right. Dana needs to be wiped out of our lives. Okay, so, what type of judgment do you prefer? Ponder the quorum of the eldest. Jasmine's idea about forming a quorum of the oldest, wisest witches may be the most sensible approach. It's not a bad idea, no. Even if we don't get along too well with the eldest, they are indeed the most powerful and knowledgeable of the coven. On the other hand, even if it removes the tyranny of Dana from the system, it still leaves all power in the hands of a few, and not a very diverse lot at that. I mean, yeah, it'd be much better if it was, like, completely different kinds of people, you know? Like, if it's five witches, let's go with that, just 5 witches. One is, like, the oldest and wisest, another is, like, young and new, and then there's, like, and then there's me in the middle, and then, like, 2 more that I just can't think about right now. Now that could be a good quorum. I was about to say referendum, that wasn't it. That could be a good quorum. Not just like the oldest and wisest, but instead like just a grouping of like the pinnacle of each kind of group in the system. Unfortunately, I don't think they're going to give me that option, but that's a good idea. But that's almost an innate quality about power. It creates inequality by definition. Anyway, what type of judgment do you prefer? Ponder the referendum. Isn't Delilah's idea of dividing all the power among members via referendum a beautiful idea? I can see his ups and downs, you know? I mean, it's nice. Everyone gets a vote. Everyone can feel like they're contributing to the actual leadership of the coven. They feel like their voices are being heard. But on the other hand, a lot of people can be stupid. You know what I mean? I ain't the brightest bulb in the box. And frankly, I wouldn't trust myself to be making leadership decisions. I shouldn't be saying that. I'm about to become leader. I trust Fortuna. I wouldn't trust me. Make that clear. It is beautiful indeed. It would be something far-fetched for a bigger society, but providing the coven stays within the hundreds, it's feasible. Oh, that's right. It's also a very small group. We're not dealing with like a giant country type thing. Oh. Okay, that's something to think about. That's another point for the referendum. It'd still be quite cumbersome, and we need to keep in mind that the most popular option isn't always what's truly best. But it will always keep the majority satisfied. Will this make us weaker but happier? I can't tell. It's never been done before in a coven that I know of. Okay, so what type of judgment do you prefer? Alright, now what's the new type of judgment we can think of? Maybe there's another option to manage the coven. Something fair but effective. What do you have in mind? To have a leadership that decides on everything without the community's input is problematic. Believing all executive control in the hands of everyone will produce erratic results. I'm thinking of establishing some sort of ministries to compartmentalize power. Appoint experts in every matter to deal with law, exploration, magic development, resource management, culture. Anything, really. Set up as many ministries as necessary. All ministries will work along with the leader, but they would have the last word on their respective competences. I think. I don't know that word. Since they would be the ideal person to make informed decisions about each issue. And how will these ministries be appointed? Do these positions rotate? What happens if someone more competent shows up? Is the minister replaced? I mean, it's really interesting on paper, and it'll be quite effective to have dedicated witches on every important matter. But this will probably breed many power struggles within the coven, fighting for these positions or trying to earn the favor of certain ministries. I see. Not that the other options don't have downsides. I'm just pointing out what could go wrong with this idea. I think it's still worth giving it a shot if you like it. If you're at the helm, I'm sure you'll run a tight ship and put together an excellent team. I'll help you. Yeah, but for how long? I mean, we know what her future's like. Yeah, avoiding corruption in this scenario relies on having a capable leader. You are a capable leader. I think you're ready to deal with any kind of judgment system you decide to go with. So, having said that... What type of judgment? Okay, you know what? She brought it up. I like the ministry system, you know? Having actual experts in each field of expertise. This sounds like the good option. And what she said about, like, what if someone else shows up who's better at that stuff? We can have, like, a system of votes, you know? Kind of like the presidency, you know? Every 4 years, we have a little vote, like, okay, does this person stay? Or should we get rid of them and send in someone else? Have they made too many mistakes? Or is there someone else more qualified for the job? I like the ministry system. Seems like the best one. I mean, out of all of them, what we have going on. Let's go with the ministry system. Gotcha. Now, to law enforcement. These are the stances of our competitors. Jasmine wants to set up a system of warnings leading to expulsion. Delilah advocates for amicable agreement supported by the arbitrage office. Capressa wants to keep exile as a punishment. What type of law enforcement do you prefer? Fuck exile. Just straight up like, yeah, no, we ain't doing that. Fuck exile. Fuck exile. And that's it. That's all we need. Do we need any more? No. Moving on. Ponder the warnings. Jasmine's solution of letting witches accumulate strikes and, in the event they fail to behave, expelling them from the coven seems quite humane. It's not a bad idea. It doesn't rob anyone of their freedom, and the ultimate punishment is like ultimate freedom, actually. If you don't fit in here, just find a coven to match your philosophy, or stay independent. Ooh, we have independent witches? Not affiliated with any coven? I feel like those could be dangerous, though. You know, they have no really... They're not governed by anyone but them own selves. And don't get me wrong, I think that's a pretty nice thing. But some of these witches, I don't know, man. On the other hand, it's exploitable. Witches will be able to cross the line several times without any consequences before they gather too many strikes. And then they'll be trapped into behaving ideally or losing membership. In any case, it's not like they can just go and kill another witch. The magical pact stands above our warning system. The warnings allow for mischief, but I guess it's tolerable? Not all witches are going to be ill-willed. Huh, okay then. I mean, I guess there's that. A majority of the witches are going to be, you know, good. But we have to, like, hope for that. Let's ponder the amicable. Delilah's idea about believing in amicable resolution may seem naive, but what is there to police, really, if we already have the Arterbridge office? It's ideal and quite beautiful to trust in our sister's ability to coexist. But the Arterbridge office only really covers the magical pact. Shouldn't we have a way to mediate more mundane conflicts within the coven? The Arterbridge office won't interfere in issues like who has rights over a newly discovered domain, or who should be responsible for a common project gone wrong. What do we do in those cases? I guess that Delilah would leave that in the hands of a referendum. We could do the same, but with a proper organism, a minister of justice that deals with unresolvable conflicts on a case-by-case basis. This is getting closer and closer to mortal society. But sure, that was supposed to work for millennia on Earth. Anyway. Okay. I mean, amicable could kind of coexist, mix with, I don't know the word, mix with our ministry system. Well, let's see what something new we can come up with. I have troubled feelings towards punishment as a method of enforcing the law. It keeps law and order through fear, but we can't expect everyone to behave. Isn't there a way to make punishment constructive? Constructive how? Send bad witches to detention to do some magical studies? Haha, not that, but hey, that may be an idea. What about community service? Elaborate. Instead of expelling members or, gods forbid, sending them to exile, we could set up a system of assigning hours of community service depending on the severity of the infraction. Tending other witches' gardens, harvesting magic for the coven, helping the explorers, whatever is needed, really. We could pull that off, yeah. I don't know if it'll look childish or weak in the eyes of some witches, but it'll benefit the community in the long run, definitely. Alright. You know what? She didn't really have a lot of bad things to say about community service. I mean, sure, her bad thing was like, it'll look childish. Some people may think it's a little silly. But you know what? We're witches. We can deal with a little silly. Community service. Let's go with community service. Understood. Next is forbidden arts. Now this is where the fun begins. These are the stances of our competitors. Jasmine and Compressa want to continue banning whatever they deem dangerous. Delilah wants to give free access to any kind of magic, but to enforce education, so we all know what we're dealing with. How do you feel about dealing with forbidden arts? I'm not even gonna ponder banning. I'm not even gonna do that. Ponder free access. It's a waste that our coven can't benefit from some of the most powerful arts, even if they're dangerous. Maybe we shouldn't grant access instantly, but we could open them up gradually as we educate our members on the implications and responsibilities of each spell. I mean, why create magic spells if you ain't gonna use them, am I right? It's a bit risky, but it'll make us way stronger in the long run. Maybe. I'm not well versed on this topic, so I'll trust your judgment. Okay, but what's something new we come up with? There must be some middle ground between banning and free access. Some summonings or spells can save lives. They can even protect us from major evils. There's much to achieve with the careful application of some of the forbidden arts. So, what about extending permits? Make it so a witch can apply to have access to certain spells or rituals, and if the coven deems the applicant's purpose and aptitude appropriate, allow them to make use of them. That is an interesting compromise. You know more about forbidden arts than I do, so I'll go with whatever you think is better. Permits? That's the best I could come up with. We're going free access. We're going free access on this one. Why have super powerful magic if you ain't gonna use it? I said it once, I'll say it again. Why? Let's go with free access and education. Wonderful. Now, on to mortal affairs. These are the stances of our competitors. Jasmine says we should guide them, take care of them. Delilah proposes cutting all ties. She believes that we shouldn't abuse our privilege over them and just let them be. Compressa wants to continue exploiting them for our benefit. What's your stance? Okay. What kind of stuff do we have with guidance? So far, the Coven has been exploiting mortals under Dana's command. Maybe it's time we repay the service mortal societies have been inadvertently offering us. That's a good angle, although taking care of them entails many responsibilities, as well as needing time and resources. We'll be giving up some of our Coven's momentum to charity. Not that it's necessarily bad, but it's something to bear in mind if we choose this option. I see. You know what I'm wondering that I don't really think I've gotten an answer yet? I think I might have, but I can't remember. Do humans, know about witches? I don't think so. Because a witch, ascends, right? They become all magical and witchy, and they get, a special outfit and whatnot. And then they go to the stars. I think Web Lady was talking about, how she fell in love with a mortal, but, she couldn't, or some rule, regulation, or something like that. Do they know about witches? And if not, does something bad happen if, we reveal ourselves? It's questions, man. Questions I need answers to. Questions I probably have answers to, but I can't remember because my brain is... What's your stance on mortal affairs? Ponder cutting all ties. To be honest, I don't care much about mortals, or Earth, or whatever other society in this universe. And if you think about it, I believe most people would prefer to not have witches meddling with their lives. Yeah, maybe. On the other hand, we would forfeit many valuable resources. Mortals have been a great source of magical power and inspiration for our coven. However, cutting ties will also cut all the shady practices and wrongdoing some witches have been pushing on mortals. And to some extent, it'll let us focus on our own affairs instead of dealing with petty disputes over humans. What do you think? So far with the guiding and cutting, it's like if we guide mortals, we have to give up resources, time, and momentum to help them. But if we cut off all ties, then we lose those resources that help us, grow. And then we also lose momentum. So these ones, pretty much have like the same outcome. They're just like different ways of going about it. Except this one, which pretty much just keeps the status quo. Should we continue exploiting mortals? I mean, it's not like we were putting them through a grinder or exporting canned people. They aren't aware of this exploitation to begin with. Some of them are even happier, thanks to some spells our coven has cast on their communities. It's the most powerful position, to be honest. Ideals are beautiful, but truth be told, our coven benefits a great deal from our current relationship with mortals. To keep exploiting them is objectively good for the coven, but morally dubious for many witches. It could be a tough sell among voters. I can work with either option, depending on what you want to bet on. So, what's your stance? Okay. So yeah, we have status quo or just same thing, different method. But what can we come up with? Like, what if we show ourselves, witches show themselves, we tell them, hey, yo, we can help you a bit, but you're gonna have to help us in return. And they're like, oh shit, cool, yeah, no problem, man. What else could we do about our relationship with mortals? I don't know. If you want to propose an alternative for our program, it should be something drastically different. Just some iteration on our rivals' ideas would feel uninspired or derivative. What about this? We reveal the existence of witches to mortals. Yes! See, I told you! We reveal our existence, we tell them, hey, we can help you guys, we have magic, we can do a lot of stuff for you, but in return, we kind of need something back, it's like a give and take thing. It's like trade, Whoa, you're coming out strong. What's your angle? Whatever decision we make regarding mortals will be morally gray, since they don't know about us. What I propose here is a simple concept: truth. It'll definitely stir some chaos at the beginning, but in the end, wouldn't it be better if we develop a working relationship and make them aware of our capabilities? Let them ask directly for what they need. That is beautiful. But didn't you pay attention in school? Humanity has a troubling relationship with witches. They burned us for sport. Yeah, that is true. But that was during a time when, people were more God-fearing and whatnot, and like, ooh, witches, Satan, devilry, ooh. Nowadays, I'm pretty sure if, like, witches and, like, real world, if witches and wizards, came out and went like, hey, yo, magic's real, you guys want some help? We'd be like, hell yeah! We got so many problems going on, man, where you guys been? And it's like, we've been hiding out, after that whole Salem problem, and everyone is like, oh, yeah, listen, sorry about that. I wasn't there. I would have stopped it if I was. It's like, oh. But no, I feel like nowadays, if witches reveal themselves, everything would be cool. Obviously, there'd be problems at the start, like with any sort of thing. But I think it'd be fine, eventually. It'd take a while, but eventually. They burned poor, innocent women. What can they really do about the real deal? It's like revealing the existence of lions to a rabbit. They can hide or reject us, but in no way will they be able to hurt us. You're underestimating mortals' drive to destroy things. But sure, that could make our program look strong. We can spin a good angle from it. Prepare to be attacked in any debates, though. What's your stance on mortal? Revealing our existence. I feel as though this would be a pretty good option. I think it's got great things. Roger that. Let's talk about witch duties. These are the stances of our competitors. Jasmine advocates for freedom and trust, for believing that every witch will always have the coven's best interests in mind. Delilah wants to institute some sort of magical tax. Every witch shares some of their magic output for common projects. Capressa wants to keep Adena's quarterly controls. What are we going to do about witch duties? Okay, I don't know. I kind of don't like any of these options. Freedom and trust. What do we have in this? The Coven's been pretty burdened for centuries, now with Adena's abuse of control. I don't know if complete freedom is a wise option, but it is an option that our sisters will welcome with open arms. Should it fail to work for whatever reason, we could always review it in the future. Unless we discover our community is extremely proactive and they pitch in voluntarily, it's certain we'd fall behind other covens in just a few decades. But maybe it's not all about power and competition, and we could turn this into a more independent, laid-back association. In any case, my analysis is that this will weaken us in the long run. Don't really want anything that, weakens our coven. Now, what about the magical tax? It may be interesting to adopt Delilah's idea of a magical tax. It doesn't require any specific actions to serve the coven, and it's pretty fair since we'll be asking for a percentage of every witch's magical output, whatever form that takes. No one should be worried about failing controls. You can go about your existence however you want, provided you contribute to the Coven's magical reserve. It'll also open the door for us to attempt some ambitious projects, since that much energy from so many witches will be a tremendous asset to work with. It'll drag down personal development, though. Our sisters are used to having their full magical reserves to invest in their personal enterprises. So in the end, it's a matter of putting collectivism over individualism. Having said that... Okay, again, not even gonna look at quarterly controls. That stuff is ass. But what can we come up with? There must be another way to make our coven stronger without abusing our members and community, degrading the spirit of being a community. In all the years you've spent in this coven, what would you say has helped bring our A game the most? Demand, inspiration, sharing resources? Oh, I know. Mentorship. What do you mean? My mentor, Ania, has been a cornerstone in my development as a witch. What do you say we institute a mentorship program? That's a great idea. Right now, one of the most pressing issues within our coven is the power gap between novices and elders. It'll help to tighten the relationship between different generations of witches, too. I like it. But this idea will be way better received among novices than elders. What do the elders have to be upset about? Like, oh no, I gotta teach the younger generation so that they know what they're doing? Aw, man, that sucks. Like, what are you being upset about? Old witches won't be really getting anything out of this deal. What do you mean? So it'll be a tough sell for the less charitable conservatives. Freaking old hags. A mentorship is something that requires a lot of time and work, so it'll get in the way of many of the elders' plans. You yourself will be forced to take on some apprentices. Think about what that'll mean for your lifestyle. I see. What are we going to... You know what? She kind of got me there. I would have to take apprentices. I can't just, not. Ooh. What do I do? What do we do? We're gonna be honest. It is a decision. It is between magical tax and the mentorship program. And honestly, I'm starting to look at the magical tax a little bit more. But if we do this, this would put us with 2 things from what's her face, Delilah. 2 things from her. Sure. Wait a minute. I got it. Think about this. We do magical tax, right? Everybody throws in a little bit of their magical power, but oh no, unfortunately, they can't do their own duty, their own little projects because they don't have their full potential. But the last thing down here is going to be about Adena's corpse. And if we choose to consume it to empower all the witches, suddenly they're giving away a little bit of their magical power, but they still have their, they would still technically be at full potential because their magical power has grown. I think I'm a genius. We're going with that. Let's go with the magical tax. Understood. And finally, we have the issue of what to do with Adena's corpse. These are the stances of our competitors. Jasmine wants the coven to devour her corpse. That way we will all absorb her magic and become considerably more powerful. Delilah wants to scatter her remains, give them back to the cosmos. That way more witches will be able to ascend, and we will become more numerous and diverse. Capressa wants to conserve Adena's corpse, to consult with her, and keep using her as a channel to talk with the other gods. What do you want to do with Adena's corpse? Okay. So, I'm going to say this right now. I don't care about the other 2 options, the scattering and the conserving. I am going to ponder the devouring and then come up with a new idea and see which one is better. Devouring Adena's corpse is tempting. We will all instantly become more powerful and prepared to confront these times of change. Yes. Yes? No witty remarks? Not that I mind welcoming more witches, but becoming more powerful will sure come in handy for my job. Yeah, that's the debate. I will support you, no matter what you choose. Just bear in mind that advocating for devouring her will earn us the sympathies of the conservatives and discomfort for the novices, and vice versa. What do you want to do about Adena's corpse? Okay, now what new option can we come up with? What if... Nah, that's too much. Spit it out. We're brainstorming here. A wild idea could lead to something interesting. What if only the leader gets to eat Adena all by herself? Oh, shit! What if you hoard Adena's power all to yourself, you're saying? Yes, become some sort of super leader. If it becomes a tradition, whoever is in charge will become more and more powerful with each generation, inheriting all the power of their predecessors, working towards a godlike figure who can safeguard the coven from any evil. That is dangerous. Not a lot of people will agree with this plan. But if you manage to pull it off, you will become extremely fucking powerful. I don't want to imagine what that would imply for your powers. You will be able to rewrite reality itself, if needed. I'll support you, if that's what you want.
Ooh, she got me. She got me good.
I think if I'm allowed to change these things, I definitely want to switch over the magical tax thing. I'd probably throw that back into like a freedom thing that I think Jasmine wanted. No, the freedom thing would like make us weaker and whatnot. Mentorship? Nah, I'd have to take apprentices. That'd be stupid. I do want to be a super leader though. You know, all powerful. Does sound pretty cool. I am pretty awesome. You know what? I am just crazy enough to try that out. Let's go with the super leader option. Alright, that's a wrap then. Let's review the program as a whole now. This program is unique enough. I believe we are offering quite an interesting option over the other plans of our rivals. Are you happy with it? Would you like to change anything? I may want to review some points. Yep, definitely. Sure, take your time. The witch duties. Magical tax. Okay, not doing the quarterly control. Don't want to do the mentorship program. Magical tax. I'm already becoming powerful enough. I think with everything going on, our ministry system, the community service, the free access and education, and then revealing the existence of witches, I think we could give them a little bit of trust, a little bit more freedom. Okay. What points would you like to change? Okay, yeah. So, we have a ministry system of a panel of experts. We have community service for witches that, do some wrong, you gotta help out. Free access and education to the forbidden arts, why waste that power? Revealing the existence of witches, 100% agree with. Freedom and trust, just I'll let you guys do your own thing a little bit. And the leader eats a Dana, become a super leader. I think that's a pretty good one. I'm done. This program is unique enough. I believe we are offering quite an... Are you happy with it? I'm happy with this program. Let's move on. Great. Wonderful. Fantastic. Now, take a minute to look at our program. Internalize it. Believe it. Make it yours. You are going to have to defend all these decisions in front of your rivals and the whole coven. But most importantly, I'm going to need you to sell the concept of it. And for that, we're going to need a slogan. A slogan? Hell yeah. I think slogans really help. You hear it once, it gets stuck in the mind, and suddenly you start thinking about it more. You start looking into it, and you're like, oh my god, this actually makes sense. This is actually pretty cool. Finally, something fun. It's been fun all the way for me so far, hee hee. You're really enjoying yourself behind that haughty pose, huh? You bet. Haha. What would you like your slogan, us to use as a slogan? Make our coven great again. Take fate into thy hands. Stronger together. A real sisterhood. A very happy coven. I like that one. Take fate into thy hands. We have enough freedom and trust that I feel as though people will be able to see that and think, you know what, that makes sense. That makes sense. We have the forbidden arts freedom and the witch duties freedom. And then we also have the revealing existence freedom. I think that's a good one. Take fate into thy hands. Ooh, I like this one. Very on point, given the kind of candidate you are. Do you think? It doesn't say much about our program, but
It doesn't matter. This is all about marketing. And who doesn't like the idea of controlling their own fate? This slogan puts the focus on your defining characteristics. No other candidate can aspire to own this slogan. Great job.
haha, thanks.
We're almost done.
What else? We just need to start campaigning, right?
Yes, and for that, we need the ultimate, most classic form of propaganda. A poster.
What for? It's not like there are any streets in space to plaster with my face.
We'll send posters to everyone we know from inside and outside the coven. Try to have them set up in common spaces, like temples or cosmic markets.
That's not my style at all.
That's why I'm here, to do all the nasty marketing you're too self-conscious to do.
Oh, why thank you. Thank you, Patricia. She's so helpful. She's so nice, even though I'm probably gonna end up getting her killed. She's so nice to me. I just want all this to be over.
A few weeks, a couple of months at max, and this will be but a memory. You've done 200 years of exile. I'm sure you can endure this.
Okay. I give up. Just tell me what to do, and I'll do it.
I was thinking that your new cards have a lot of style. What do you say? Want to compose the poster yourself?
Do I have a choice?
Not really. You're really talented. Let's just squeeze your artist juices.
Oh. I'm making my own thing. All right. So obviously we'll have her at the center. What is this thing over here? Oh, it's a little star. Cool. Shrink this down a bit. Throw it a little more. Okay, I'll see y'all in a second. I think this looks nice. Ooh, wait, hang on. I can change the color of the background. Ooh, oh. Oh, wait a minute. Oh. Okay, never mind. I like this. I like this one much better. But oh, I thought it was like a which color do you want? No, I can. Okay, that's cool. But anyway, look at this. Now this is a poster I can get behind. What do you think?
A bit corny for my taste, with all those hearts. But if that is how you feel, I'm all in.
Should I give it another try?
No, it's good.
Yeah, you bet it's good. I feel as though it shows a lot of what I'm trying to do. You know, we have the skulls for the forbidden arts. We have the cards for what my magical thing is. We have the lightning bolt because I'm just, that's shocking. And we have hearts. Because I love the coven.
If anything, it does a great job of capturing your essence. We should send this to a museum once the race is over.
Haha, shut up.
Great. We are ready to win this race.
Finally. Honestly, I'm not really cut out for this.
Yes, you are. Fate provided you with a mean sister to make sure of it.
Just my luck.
Now, to the unavoidable question. Why don't you draw a card to make sure we win this thing?
What? That would be cheating. Why did we put in this much work then? Yeah, it's been on my mind this whole time. Why did we put in this much work? And plus, what if I draw a card that, that says, hey, yo, you fucking lost? Why did we put in this much work then?
For consistency. What does it matter if you become the next leader if you don't have a plan? You will have to actually run the coven, even if you get there through magical means.
Right. It doesn't come without its risks, though. there's always a chance I draw a card that doesn't offer any favorable results to us. And once drawn, there's not going back. No going back. We could assure our victory, but we could also doom us and make all our efforts futile.
Right. Well, you know your deck better than anyone. Our chances of winning through sheer effort are pretty decent, I'd say. But if you want to remove the anxiety from the competition by determining the outcome, I mean...
What if we draw the Cosmic Wheel card,
Let's do it.
Alright, game on. Let's draw a card.
Yes, I can't get enough of your divination. It's always so thrilling.
Let's hope this thrill pays off.
Oh god. Hold on. That is not what I want.
Oh god, I'm terrible. I'm terrible at this.
Blip.
Hey, I'm a genius. Never mind. I'm awesome. This reading is going to be nerve-wracking.
More than reading into your sister's death?
Yes.
Ouch.
Reading into your end was more like morbid curiosity, whereas this card is about to seal the outcome of many weeks of efforts.
You're right. I'm nervous too. Hit it.
Alright. What do we get? What do we get? Ooh, the coming of age! We will win, our coven will stop being the most powerful, but its members will be extraordinarily happy. Delilah will win, her mandate will lead us to an unprecedented peace that will extend beyond the coven. We will win, our coven will become so successful that our program will be copied throughout many magical communities. Ooh, yeah, that's a good one. I like that one. Yeah, we will win. Our coven will become the most successful, that our program will be copied throughout many communities. I just want to make sure that I'm not reading it wrong. We will win. Our coven will become so successful that our program will be copied throughout many magical communities. Jackpot. It feels so weird to write my absolute victory.
Just enjoy it, damn it.
What now? We just wait, arms crossed, to have the leadership of the coven handed to us?
Now you have fun. You can enjoy the campaign, knowing that no matter what you say or do, you will get to win.
Fun, huh? I'll try.
Yeah! I'm awesome. Since we know the outcome...
Does it always look like that? Why not just keep it like this? What have I been doing all this time?
Since we know the outcome already, now it's all about the theatrics.
Oh, sorry, I wasn't insulting you, I swear.
I guess so. The feeling is similar to when I got to know my own end. It removes a lot of pressure from the very act of existing. We just play our parts and wait to see the fireworks. Don't you like the feeling?
I can see the appeal. Now it's all a game. I regret it.
Nah, man, I love it. This is fun.
I can see the appeal.
Right? ... I think I need to rest for a bit now. Gonna go home, take a bath, get my thoughts in order. When I come back, our next mission will be to form a team and start actually doing things.
Okay, I'll be here.
Yeah!
I'm a winner! Oh, shit. Chapter 6, Pandemonium. Oh. Interesting. But we will see what goes on next time. I hope you all enjoyed this. I had fun with this one. And yeah, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. And I will see you all next time.